A very warm welcome to the Winning Mindset podcast by Cricket Winner. And just like the winning mindset, I've got a champion cricketer alongside me with the T20 World Cup buzzing round the corner, the excitement getting better and better. And joining by my side is a veteran of Netherlands cricket team, a fast bowling sensation who can clock 140 plus, has represented in the county cricket as well, has visited India several times previously, and one of the champion bowlers in itself. He's got a lot of variations in his bowling as well, the cutters and the sharp bouncers. But we'll quickly deep into all of it before we can start this conversation. Joining by my side is none other than Paul van Meekeren. Welcome, Paul.
Hi guys, how's it going?
To you. Yeah, all good, man. It's been a T20 World Cup. Yeah, it's been quite some time. We connected, right? And yeah, couldn't be a better moment before the T20 World Cup to chat around cricket once again with you.
Yeah, not much. We in Colombo, obviously a couple of days out from the World Cup, first game against Pakistan. The boys are looking in great shape. The batters have leveled up, so expect some fireworks from them, I would say. And we had a good prep before coming out to Sri Lanka and in India. We spent 10 days in Chennai. We had some very good training facilities there. So the boys are really locked in and very excited to get to that first game against Pakistan.
Yeah, definitely. And the first game against Pakistan. But if I talk about the setup, I mean, before the T20 World Cup, two warm-up games. So the first one, it was a close battle. And the second one today against Australia, I mean, just the rain had the final say. I mean, it's really not a very good thing to watch the rain have the last say in certain kind of matches. What do you take about the warm-up games and the key learnings from it?
I think against Zimbabwe, we were in the game for a long time. We made a couple small errors that cost us the game, but at the end of the day, it's a warm-up game. You try a few bits and pieces. So I think the guys are in a really good place. Obviously, the game against Australia got rained off. It was an evening game, which we're not playing one here in Sri Lanka. So it's going to be, the conditions would have been completely different than the game at 11 o'clock against Pakistan. So it would have been nice for the guys to get a run, but I'm not sure if it would have helped massively for the conditions on the game on Saturday. So yeah, no panic. I don't think that's going to affect us a lot. It would have been nice to sort of see where we are against a really strong Australian team. But that's cricket for you. You can't control the weather. You can't control the rain. So we've got a training session tomorrow where we now can spend a bit more energy at training and dot the I's and cross the T's, or cross the T's and dot the I's, whichever way around it is. But yeah, super exciting to play another T20 World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I recall your tweet back in the COVID times, 2020. One of your tweets that went viral. You were trying to meet both ends, working for Ruby Reed. So you just tweeted around like this time around the year, I would have been playing T20 World Cup. But 5 years down the line, once again, you're playing T20 World Cup. I think there's plenty that happened, right? The 2023 Cricket World Cup in India, 2022 T20 World Cup. I mean, you guys had an incredible season. I mean, if we talk about South Africa, the two matches, I mean, once in the ODI World Cup 2023, again in the T20 World Cup, some moments to cherish. And how do you see these coming in? Do you guys see yourself as the underdogs, Netherlands side in Group A, or as a formidable force that can give some tough fight to other teams like India and Pakistan?
I think we don't see ourselves necessarily as underdogs. Obviously, most people around us probably not see us as favorites, but we knew for a long time that first game was against Pakistan. I think if we look at that game in 2023 against South Africa, we had like a lot of time between the game we played before that and the South Africa game. So we really managed to spend a lot of time focusing on the opposition, and this feels very similar to us. So I think that will put us in a good place. We've pushed Pakistan in 2023 as well. I know it's a different format, but I think that T20 format brings the field even closer together. So yeah, we're definitely going to compete. And I think the learnings we can take is when you got Pakistan under pressure, that you don't let them back into the game. You just got to kill the game off. And if we can learn from the mistakes we made in the past, we can definitely win that game on the 7th of Feb.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm a fan of your confidence over here, and I think Netherlands they have done really good in bits and pieces in certain kind of tournaments. And if we talk like there are plenty of wins for the Dutch side. If you talk about like back in 2009 against England, they upset England. Like I mentioned in South Africa, you guys have the toppers in the European qualifiers as well. So, what do you think is the mindset and what's the learning by the team led by Scott Edwards?
I think not a lot have changed from sort of the preparation side of things and the way we approach games. I think this winter we spent a lot of time in the nets indoors. We had guys placed around the world. We had multiple different kind of camps, so betters and bowlers separate camps. And the betters, I think, a big shout out to our betters. They've leveled up the way they're striking the ball. I've never seen a Dutch team hit the ball so clean and so far. So super excited to see from a bowling unit. I think it takes a bit of pressure off the bowling unit. I think the success we've had over the last how many years has been our bowling, and that hasn't changed. If you look at the names in the bowling attack, they're all very well known names. So yeah, if we can keep that consistency with the ball and put teams under pressure, then hopefully we can set up a game for the batters that they can just knock the runs off if we're chasing, or put a big score on the total and make life a bit easier for us bowlers.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like you mentioned about the batters, I mean, they have been hitting really well. And one thing that I would like to highlight the fact that of late, we have seen a lot of bulk of runs being scored by batters in T20 cricket. I mean, you talk about England, they've recently scored 300 plus runs against South Africa in Manchester. India has been scoring a lot of runs. South Africa has been brilliant. And do you see a change in approach? Like, there's been a high risk, high reward approach that has been opted by many batters. So, you as a bowler, I mean, what is the mindset like you go on and carry? Like, do you go after dot balls, build some pressure? Because life has become very tough for bowlers these days in T20 cricket, man.
Yeah, I think our philosophy is we different stages of the game. We sort of have a different kind of goals. So there's a moment in the game where we look to take wickets and be a bit more aggressive. Even if we go for a few boundaries, we probably have that mindset to really take that wicket. And then at other moments in the game, we might be a bit more defensive and try and dry up the runs as much as possible and let the batters make a mistake. So the game will ebb and flow, and the way we attack certain parts in the innings is completely different. And obviously, if things happened in the game where we need to adjust, we make those adjustments. But the plans are in place, and if we can execute, then hopefully we don't need to go to plan B or plan C.
Yeah, and I mean, talk about execution. That is very, very much important in T20 cricket. I mean, even a minute error might cause the match itself. So, switching our attention to the group, Paul. I mean, Group A: India, Pakistan, Namibia, USA, and the Netherlands. If we talk about the head-to-head battles, I mean, you guys have the upper hand against Namibia and USA. I mean, they're a good team, no doubt about that. There's some fantastic players over there. But talking about India and Pakistan, two big matches. What kind of homework is the team ready to make, and what is the mindset and what's the execution that you guys are looking forward to?
Um, I think the main focus have been on our first two games because they're quite quickly after each other, and we kind of had the time to spend a bit of time on Pakistan and Namibia. So those are sort of the games where we as a team know what we want to do and what we're going to try and execute. I think the USA game and especially the India game we haven't paid too much attention to. I'm sure the coaching staff and Scott as captain have done their homework already and made up some plans, but as a team we don't want to look too far ahead. So the main focus is on that first game in 2 days' time. And if we walk away with a win, we set ourselves up for a real good and a fun group stage, because if we beat Namibia and USA, we go into that last game hopefully pretty much guaranteed to go through, and then we can enjoy our evening against India in Ahmedabad in front of 130,000 people. So that's sort of the game plan
Maybe
we've got
silence
at
the
the
crowd
moment.
like Pat Cummins showed.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I think that's the dream. Even if we can silence them for a couple of minutes, that would be fantastic. So yeah, if the plans work and we execute, I think we can definitely surprise Pakistan. I think on that 7th of February in the opening game of the T20 World Cup, and the second time
Yeah.
we're opening a T20 World Cup, and the first time we managed to win. So hopefully we can continue that trend.
Yeah, and I think that would be not just a huge momentum for the Netherlands side. I mean, it would be a huge momentum for the tournament itself. I mean, there's a lot of stakes that goes on. The viewers, I mean, it would be, a close fight from Netherlands side and a win against Pakistan, a big heavyweight team that would, certainly gain a lot of attraction for the viewers, the broadcasters as well. And talk about Scott Edwards and his leadership. I mean, you guys have produced a lot of memorable moments under his captaincy, isn't it? And he is someone, as per my research, what I learned is that he has been teaching some sweep shots as well to counter the spinners in the subcontinents to some players. So just tell me about it a bit, like if you have some inside story about it.
Yeah, I don't think Scott is going from strength to strength. Obviously, he's been the
Yeah,
captain now for 3 or 4 years, so that experience as a captain, he's settling. He settled into the job really nicely. So, and I think his performances as a batter has actually really gone up. So, when you get the
yeah,
captaincy, and especially at a slightly younger age that he was at the start, two things can happen. Your performances with the bat and maybe behind the stumps can drop, and sometimes it actually elevates your performances. And I think with Scott, we've seen that he's been one of our key batters in the last 3 or 4 years. He's contributed to wins when we're in tricky positions and
yeah.
sort of saved the batting innings at times. So I'm sure we can expect the same thing from Scott this T20 World Cup. So if he's going to be a bit of our anchor, maybe at some stages, then and the guys can fire around him, then yeah, we're looking at a very exciting batting lineup that we've got here with us. We've got Michael Levitt, who's hitting the ball better than ever. Buster
Oh,
Ladu, if we've seen,
he's an amazing striker of the ball, man.
yeah. So and he's leveled up again. So we've got Buster Ladu, who's really developed his game.
He's a superstar. Yeah.
He's a superstar already, but his batting has come along a very long way this winter. He's really focused on a couple of things, specific things, and in the warm-up games that we've played so far, and bowling to him myself, it's been really tricky to bowl. And probably the guy who's been maybe a bit of a standout, not by far the best, but a standout, and guys actually don't want to bowl to him in the nets anymore. It's Colin Ackerman. So yeah,
Oh,
if you got those four guys and the consistency and the experience that Max got opening the batting, and then the lower order contributions maybe of Roelof van der Merwe, Ian Dutt, and Logan van Beek. We're all of a sudden starting to bet quite deep into like 8, 9. I've done a
eight,
bit of
nine,
power
yeah.
hitting. If I can if I can hit
All
a
right.
couple of 11, that would be fantastic. So yeah, it's super exciting to be part of this team at the moment. And I think for me the extra excitement comes from the way the guys are betting. It's
Hmm.
given me a lot of confidence in my bowling. And I think the team can take a lot of confidence out of the way the guys are betting. It's if they come off, we're gonna have a super exciting World Cup, and people will be talking about Dutch cricket for the next few years.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, why not? And Paul, if I have to ask you, if I have to ask you to pick three batters from the Dutch side, or three cricketers, let's say three cricketers, to watch out for in this T20 World Cup 2026, who would it be for you? Like you've been watching them from a very close perspective. For me, number one would be Paul van Meekeren for sure. Yeah, no buttering, man.
No, I think that probably goes a
Experience
bit more
counts.
to the all rounders. Obviously,
Ah,
can contribute both sides. Um, I think Arjen Dutt, another year older, a couple of years older
yeah,
since the last World Cup, his spinning. We know what we're gonna get with him with the ball, but his batting also has been superb. He's hitting the ball really cleanly. He's touched up on a few weaknesses. I think Colin Ackerman, obviously a very experienced campaigner. The way he's striking the ball, I think he's going to be one of
very
our
true.
core batters. And then you got Buster Lade all around. He's bowling at the death. But death bowling has been phenomenal for us. And the way he's striking the ball. So like Bus and Colin, who I think are going to bet maybe, I don't actually know, they're probably 3, 4, 5 somewhere in that region. I'm luckily I don't have to make those plans, but to have those guys coming in after explosive opening partnership, that could really set the game up for us.
And I mean, these three are just fantastic cricketers, no doubt about that, Paul. But someone I feel the X factor for this side is a 41-year-old man. He has had 369 T20 appearances. No guesses. I mean, no surprises. His rule van the movie. I mean, he's still playing and he's still flying high and soaring high with the bat, with the ball. You give him, you just ask him to do something with the field. He's taking stunning stunners in the field. I mean, just tell me about it. Just what keeps him going. I mean, I never had a moment to speak to him in person, but you certainly must have something that you could share with us.
Yeah, so the grandpa and the team. So yeah, the old man still got it. I think the one thing he's brought in, I know he's been part of the team now for 10 years. Who would have thought? So he was 31 and I'm 33 now. So he actually, when he joined the team, he was younger than I was now. So yeah, it feels he's been around for a long time. I think the one thing that he's really brought into the team is that never give up attitude. Even if they feel like you can't get to the ball for that catch, keep going and then catch it. He showed it in Australia when he called David Miller out. So
I
that
mean,
sort of
yeah, exactly.
do or die attitude and never give up and always wanted to win no matter what we do. If it's playing cards, if it's whatever we do, he just doesn't like losing. I think that those sort of things that has got into the group. We've saw it for a
Competitive
long time.
mindset.
The
Yeah.
guys have embraced it and now are living that sort of mentality as well. So I think that's the one thing he's brought into the team that really stands out to me.
Yeah, and I think this competitive attitude is very much needed when you're playing a high stakes encounters, against some big teams, and when minute moments can change the course of the game as well. But again, in order to change the course of the game, the conditions in subcontinent region does play a good amount of part, Paul. And how is the team adapting to the conditions? I know you have been in this place in the academy in Chennai. You guys have been practicing a lot. But the good thing is that it's not the summers over here, so it's not very humid. It's just transitioning into the spring phase in India. But how do you guys transition with the climate over here?
I think a lot of the guys have already been in India a couple times, so they're kind of used to what you get here. Weather-wise, I think no matter where you go for cricket, especially outside Europe, it's always going to be hot and sweaty. And
Yeah.
so all these things we're really used to. So that's not a big change for us anymore. It's just the conditions. It's the first time we've played international cricket in Sri Lanka, but the wickets so far have looked really good. Good pace, bounce. So it's not like what probably people know traditionally as Asian wickets. And if you look the way India is playing in India, like it's not the spinners and it's the batters they can trust the bounce, they can trust the pace in the wicket. So the traditional view people might have about Asian wickets where it's spinning and staying low and slow. I think that
That is
if
not
you
the
get a
case
fresh
anymore.
wicket, it doesn't happen anymore unless
Yeah,
sort of
that's very true.
curator
Yeah.
or the teams want that, and with the ICC sort of in control of the grounds and kind of decide what kind of wickets we're going to get. We're probably going to see some high scoring wickets if the weather plays ball. If there's a lot of rain around, or and it's hard for the ground stuff to prepare a wicket, then we might see some more spinning wickets, I assume. But even the training facilities, there's been a lot of pace and bounce in the wickets. So yeah, it's adapting. It's the first time here in Sri Lanka that we're going to play a game at 11 o'clock in the morning at the SCC. So again, there's not a lot of stats about what we can expect, what kind of wickets. So we're going to train that tomorrow for the first time and the last time. And it's a center wicket. So we're going to probably try and study it as much as we can, look at our different kind of slower balls and see how the wickets react. But if it's a used wicket and it's maybe been trained on for a couple of times, that could change again. So we might have a slight idea what we can expect at first game, but I guess the team that adjusts best on the 7th of
Yeah.
February is going to probably the team that walks
Come on,
away
on
with the
top.
win.
Yeah, very much, very much. Couldn't agree more with you, Paul. And I think quite nicely you summed up. And before now we transition into the rapid fire segment, I have one final question that I would love to ask you. That is an off cricket question. It's not really regarding cricket. I mean, you've been to India several times now. You've been here for the ODI World Cup previously in 2016 or maybe around that. You were here.
2016.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
T20 World Cup in 2016, my first World Cup, and
Yeah.
2023, the 50 over World Cup.
Yeah. So, two questions, two sub questions. What are the changes that you've seen in this country, and what is that one food, or maybe some cuisines that you would like to taste over here, and you have been missing for a while?
Um, I think the big change I've seen is that we don't have to be as careful anymore with like the water situations. And
Hmm.
you know, I remember even before 2016, I had a trip to India, and it's like, don't pick your nose, keep your mouth shut under the shower. And so the sort of the what's the word? I think everything just looks a lot better in India. The water systems, the roads, everything just looks so much better. Um, so it's a lot easier for I think for teams that are not used to India and Asia to come here and sort of don't have to look over the shoulder if they eat the right things. And you know, you can't have the salads or stuff. All the hotels we're staying in, obviously we're staying in the best hotels in the country. And for so like I think that's been a big difference. Like every time we've been to India, guys have gone down sick. We haven't really seen that yet this trip, and we've been in India or in Asia for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think those things help us prepare for a World Cup and help us perform obviously
Hmm.
massively. So that's great. I think when we get to India, the biryani will definitely come out at some stage. 'Cause, like, I
The
remember in
chicken one or the
2023
mutton
to eat
one?
a lot of biryanis. So yeah, I can't wait to tuck into one of those.
Yeah.
So that's probably hopefully that answers your question. And that's sort of infrastructure. The infrastructure in India and I think all around Asia has improved so much from my first time in India, and I think it was 2012 to where we
Hmm.
are now. It's been phenomenal to see. I mean, I can only adjust from as a foreigner coming to India, where obviously we've been looked after extremely well. We don't get we get very special treatment. I mean, my father is over, and he might have to be a bit more careful. I don't know, but like from a cricketing point of view, and as an athlete, to have the infrastructure the way it is at the moment, especially around the hotels and the places we visit, it's making our life a lot easier. And yeah, I think that's the one thing that really stood out to me in the last couple of weeks, where it's just I don't have to worry about is it have they used filtered water or can I eat the vegetables, or like I don't have to worry
Hmm.
about that as much anymore. So yeah, I think that's for me the it's made my life a lot easier to prepare and be the best player I can be.
Yeah, that's a lovely way to sum it up, Paul. I mean, thanks. I would take it and on behalf of the whole country and the infrastructure. I mean, it's good to hear good things about your own country. Yeah, but moving on to the rapid fire section. 15 questions for you, Paul, before we wrap this session up. All right. So here we go. One word to describe bowling to Virat Kohli.
Exciting.
A food you like but your teammates hate. Unpopular food that you like.
Popular food I like, but my teammates hate. It probably have to be licorice.
All right, all right. Who has the best dressing sense in the Dutch dressing room?
I am that.
Oh. Toughest batsman you've ever bowled to?
Sky.
Surya Kumar Yadav.
Yeah.
Which Dutch player would be unbeatable in an arm wrestling contest?
Tim van der Guchten.
All right. One song that's always on when you're warming up.
I wish I could choose my own music. I would play. I'll probably at the moment I'll play "Men I Need" from Olivia
All right.
Dean.
Okay. Your cricketing crush. I mean, a cricketer whom you just looked up to, or just a crush material for you.
Pat Cummins.
All right. Choose a batter you would like to bat for your life.
I would check Sharma.
Right. Babar or Virat Kohli, the better batter.
Virat Kohli.
If there was a Fab Four of paces, who would they be?
It would be current players or
Yeah, current players. Let's go with current
current
players.
players. I'll go Bumrah.
Yeah.
I'll go Bumrah. Who we got else? Jofra Archer.
All right.
I would go.
Maybe a South African pacer. Just a hint.
Yeah, I would
KB
probably.
Rabada.
He's very good. He's there. I'm trying to think. Rashid Khan.
All right. Rashid Khan,
And
Jofra Archer, Bumrah. There's one more to go.
yeah, I'm thinking of.
Actually, it's Fab Four of paces, so I'll just modify it to Fab
Paces.
Four of
Okay,
bowler.
just paces. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So I got Rashid Khan out. Andrich Norkie.
Henrik Nokia. All right.
Yeah. And then one more.
Maybe Mitchell Stark.
He's retired from T20 cricket.
Yeah.
Can't pick him
That is
anymore.
true.
I'll go Shaheen Shah Afridi.
All right, Shaheen Shafridi. So I've got just with Bumrah, Jofra Archer, Shaheen Shafridi, and the other
Andrich
one it
Norkie.
was Henrik
Andrich
Nokia.
Norkie.
Okay. So who wins in a 100-meter sprint? You or Buzz Delide?
Buster later. I mean, if he runs 200 meters, he still beat me if I have to run 100. I'm probably by far the slowest, and he's probably by far the quickest. He's like not even close.
Anyone who can
At
match
least
his
I can
pace?
ball quicker. At least I can ball quicker. I can hold that against him. But anything else, I got no chance.
All right. One superpower you want for your own bowling that you wish you had?
6 out of 6 Yorkers. Nil every Yorker you can.
All right. If you had to celebrate a wicket in a unique style, what would it be? Describe it.
I'll keep forgetting about. I'll go this way. So, in sign language, is I love you. So for my family at home, for my partner, for my daughter, a nice little
Oh,
message that I can send home through the cameras.
that is emotional, man. I mean that's incredible. All right. And the funniest cricket banter you came across?
Banter is in a practical joke that's been pulled.
Yeah.
I think a very good one is
Humorous
at
moment.
training when you're not paying too much attention, or someone pretends to throw a ball at you, and then sort of tells you to duck for a ball that's coming your way. I think the KNCB
All
immediately
right.
posts something about it as well. So something like you're talking to someone and then someone shouting that the ball is coming your way, and people doing all these funny things. So I think that's a very good practical joke at training. That's easily done anywhere, wherever you are.
All right. And lastly, any wild prediction you would like to make for the 2026 T20 World Cup?
Netherlands to make the semi-final.
Let's go. All right. That is quite bold and hoping that it turns out true, man. All right. So before we wrap this session up, Paul, and again, I mean, it's any day. I mean, it's always a great time to have you over here and chat cricket along with you. And before we wrap this session, I would like to have certain kind of predictions from you. So, who are the semi-finals you think for the T20 World Cup and the finalists and champions as well?
Well, the champions will be India.
All right.
The final will be India against Australia.
All right.
And the semi-finals will be India against New Zealand, and Netherlands against Australia.
All right. Let's have the heavyweight, the punching bags in Australia, man. In the semi-finals. You've
I
been
just had to
too.
make it work. I couldn't put Australia against New Zealand in a semi-final because then. So I had to
I
think
get
about
it.
them a little bit. So it's us
I
against
get it.
Australia semi-final. Australia makes the final, and then India against New Zealand in the semi-final. India going to the final, and India wins the World Cup.
All right, let's see if that turns out to be. I mean, it would be a golden moment for India. I mean, it's a revenge against Australia for the 2023 Cricket World Cup.
Mm. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So yeah, I think India. But I grew up. I grew up. My dad always supported Australia when I grew up. So I've always been a bit of an Australia supporter. If we were not playing against them, so yeah, in that final, I might have to support Australia, but I might make a few enemies there than in India.
Watch out, man! You're in India at the moment. Watch out for your words. All
Exactly.
right. No. That's just Paul van Meekeren being candid with us at Cricket Winner, and it's always great to have you, man, over here. Lastly, final words or phrases that you would like to say for this podcast session and your experience over here at Cricket Winner.
So it's been a pleasure here on Cricket Winner. Make sure you listen, stay tuned, and follow this page for many years to come. They've got the best inside information, especially within Dutch cricket. So make sure you tune in and listen every week, every month, every time of the year. Sun or rain, make sure you tune in.
Thank you so much, and that's really heartiest message that Paul Van Meekeren could have given for to us. And thank you so much, guys. Stay tuned, and yes, do subscribe to the Cricket Winner YouTube channel and follow us on our social media handles, and make sure to watch our cricketing expert articles that we keep on publishing on our website. Thank you so much, guys.